ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం. శ్రీశైలాభిజనాంబురాశిశనం శ్రీకృష్ణతాతాత్మజం శ్రీశైలాన్వయ దేవనాథ సుధియ ప్రాప్తాగమాన్ తద్వయం పాదాబ్జే నరసింహతాతే గురోర్న్యస్తాత్మరక్షాభరం విద్వద్వృందచకోరచందిరమహం రామానుజార్యం శ్రయే. శ్రీరంగసుధా మధుసమాస్వాదయంతం శ్రీరంగమహిషీ పదపంకజాత్మజం సులభాశ్రయం సదా మోదసిద్ధమద్భుతం భజేహం గురుం తం రంగనాథప్రియం. సుఖాసనస్థం హృదయాబ్జపీఠే చిన్ముద్రయాలంకృతపాణిపద్మం శుభోపవీతం విమలోర్ధ్వపుండ్రం నమామి రంగం గురుం అంతరంగే. నమామి యోగసమ్రాజ్ఞీం విజయాం విజయప్రదాం శ్రీరంగార్ధాసనాసీనాం కరుణామమాతరం. గురురూపపరంజ్యోతిః ज्योतिरूपगुरुः परः अज्ञानमन्दिरं ह्येतत् कुरुविज्ञानमन्दिरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः. सकृदेव प्रपन्नाय तवास्मीति च याचते अभयं सर्वभूतेभ्यः ददाम्येतद्व्रतं मम. मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि. वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना. With salutations to our Guru and the Guru of all Gurus, will commence our session today. We concluded the 39th Sargam Hanumat Sandeshaha in the last class. That was all about once again reinforcing to Sita Mata from Hanuman's end that all will be right. He will set right things. Hanuman will go and communicate back to Lord Ramachandra what is required. And we have also seen how Sita Mata requests Hanuman to convey that there is not much time left and ensure that my message is conveyed properly. I have already handed over the Chudamani to you. I have also instructed what to be told to him, the various events, etc. And we have also seen how Hanuman sort of removes the doubts from Sita's mind that it is not just one Veera in the form of Hanuman. He says that there are many other Vanaras who are probably more qualified than himself. That is a extraordinary humility of Hanuman that we have seen there. And that also boosts the confidence further of Sita Mata. And finally, Ramad Visishtah Konyosti Kaschit Saumitrina Samaha Agnimarata Kalpavato Bhratarau Tava Samshrayam. So the two brothers who are Rama and Lakshmana are like Agni and Marutaha. And therefore, you will not continue to live in this Sri Lanka. Asmin Stiram Vatsasi Devi Deshe Rakshogane Radhvishite Ati Raudre. And therefore, please bear with me for a little gap. We will all be here. That is what Hanuman says. And with that, the 39th chapter ended. We will now proceed into the 40th Sargam, which is called Hanumat Preshanam. That is the send-off of Hanuman. That is the subject matter of 40th Sargam. Shrutva tu vachanam tasya vayusunor mahatmanaha uvachatmahitam vakyam Sita surasutopama Tvam drishtva priyavaktaram samprahrishyami vanara ardha sanjata sasyeva vrishtim prapya vasundhara. Having listened to Hanuman's words towards the end of the last sargam, that you will no more live here in Lanka, right? Keep that strongly in your mind. And that was actually an Atmahitam Vakyam. It was like a pain bomb for Sita Mata. Okay. It kind of healed her soul. That is the actual translation. And she herself is a Surasutopama, isn't it? Like a divine lady. And Sita Mata tells Hanuman, Tvam Dushta Priyavaktaram, you have told Priyavaktaram Sulta. Satyam Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat. You have to tell the truth and in a pleasing manner. What she is referring to here is the fact that Hanuman mentioned there are many more Vanaras who are mightier than me. Sita Mata understood that this is a pleasing word. It is not the true thing. Okay. Perhaps that's why she is mentioning here as Priyavaktaram. Samprahirshyami, I am extremely pleased with your words. And she is giving a upamanam, or analogy, Ardha Sanjata Sasyeva Vrishtim Prapya Vasundhara. When Mother Earth receives rain, okay, and we are all in the middle of monsoon in India, isn't it? So there are states where it rains literally like cats and dogs, like Mumbai, right? Or in Bangalore, where you are truly going to become a believer of the Lord, because you don't know when it's going to rain. There are many variants of rains, but the moment rain descends on Mother Earth, sasyamla valara arambikkum. All the grains, trees, shrubs, they all start to grow, but not yet in full manner. Ardha sanjata sasyeva, meaning you have sowed the seeds and they have started to grow into saplings. Those are the saplings of hope and fearlessness that you have induced in me. That's what Sita Mata is. Yathatam purushavyagram gatre shokabhikarshitaihi samsprishyayam sakamaham tatha kurdayam mayi abhijnanancha ramasya dadya hariganottama क्षिप्तामिशीकां काकस्य कोपादे काक्षिशातिनीम्. So interestingly, she's speaking about what you should do. Okay, you have created hope in me. Your immediate next task is to ensure that I hug my divine Lord in an extremely passionate manner. Kattipudi Vaidyam, right? So you ensure that I do that with my Lord. That's what she's openly saying to Hanuman, who is a Nitya Brahmachari. These are all interesting things to note. Okay. So Sita Mata is probably relating herself to Hanuman in a, I don't know, probably like her son, right? Or maybe like her brother. We don't know. So she has that extreme sense of confidence that she is revealing her innermost feelings. She would perhaps not have revealed this to even Lakshmana. Okay. So that is the role of Hanuman in Srimad Ramayana. We should keep that in mind. Samsprishayam sakamaham tatha kur dayame. I am already shokabhikarshitaihi. My body is emaciated and I am extremely, looking forward to this scene. Ensure that you create it quickly. And I have already given you the abhijnanam, that is in the form of Chudamani. And please give it to him. You also narrate the Kakasura Vrittantam. Kshiptam Mishikam Kakasya, okay, just like a blade of grass took away the right eye of Kakasuran. Ensure that you speak about that with Ramachandra. Manashilayastilako Gandaparshve Niveshitaha Tvaya Pranashte Tilaketam Kilasmartumarhasi Saviryavan Katham Sitam Hritam Samanumanyase Vasantim Rakshasam Madhye Mahendra Varnopamaha. Sita Mata is also narrating yet another very nice event where once upon a time, okay, Sita Mata, she lost her tilakam in her forehead, okay, due to some reason. Maybe it was drizzling, okay, and she would have wiped her face. and the tilakam vanished. And with a lot of love, what did Ramachandra do? Manashlayas tilako Gandaparshve niveshta. He used a stone which was right next to him. He created a tilakam with a paste. Tvaya pranashte tilake tam kila smartum arisi. And you ensure that you did that alankaram, tilaka alankaram on my forehead. Okay. So this is an extremely once again loving event, Sringara Rasam. But hidden behind that is an entire Tilaka Shastra. Okay. And don't know if I want to go on a tangent there, but we all wear tilakam on her forehead, isn't it? Both men and women. The tilakam can take the form of a bindu, or it can take the form of a straight line like a Urdhva. So in Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam, even the ladies keep a tilakam. Okay, you would have seen this when you see the andal being decorated, and perhaps in Orthodox Vaishnava families, you will see the ladies also wearing the tilakam. So this is a reference there that ladies also wear tilakam, and it has a lot of extraordinary significance. It is called as Urdhva Pundram, right? That which goes upwards. Therefore, when we keep the tilakam also, we should ensure that the direction heads upwards. And it indicates a lot of things. When we keep the bindi, we are supposed to keep it in an appropriate position. And that position, of course, the forehead has a lot of real estate, isn't it? You can keep the bindi anywhere you want. You would have seen people keep it here, here, here. The most important thing is, why do we keep it, and where do we keep it? How do we keep it, right? And when do we keep it? There is a great amount of science behind all of this. Today, there are a lot of chemicals that are available. In fact, I remember having seen some women in India, even if they don't keep a bindi, you will see a spot there because of they think the chemicals would have removed that skin away. You are supposed to keep the bindu with haridra or kunkumam. Today, of course, kunkumam is also mixed with a lot of chemicals. Ideally, you should use kunkumapu and mixed along with turmeric, probably a little bit of chandanam, and then keep it. So what happens is the mixture of these padarthams, it creates a certain amount of balance in our body. It is not just about saying, I am a Hindu, I should keep it, right? So I can use anything to keep bindu. No. There is a certain amount of mixture of padarthas that is very important. Second, when are you supposed to keep it? Ideally, immediately after taking bath. Because the padartham you are using is itself an extremely pious thing. We are not supposed to touch it without taking bath. Okay. இதெல்லாம் கேட்டால் பாதி பேர் வீடியோ ஸ்விட்ச் ஆஃப் பண்ணி கிளம்பி போயிடுங்க. Please bear with me. Okay. So the nature of the padartham is, it is very pious thing. So therefore use it. ஏன்னா தொடர்ச்சியாக அந்த பாவம் வரணும். When we touch it, we should get that feeling. If you use it whenever, as and when you feel like, the padartham also loses its piety. So that is something you should keep in mind. So when you should keep it, immediately after taking bath, or in such situations where accidentally it is wiped out of your face, immediately you should keep it. You should actually do some mantra prokshanam equivalent to that of taking a bath, and then keep this. Okay. So we looked at how the aspect of what to use and when, and how you should keep is another very important thing. Okay. I mean, when I say this is for ladies, for men also, we are supposed to keep Urdhva Pundam. It's a very big topic of its own. So how you should keep? is, of course, we all know we need a mirror to keep it. And then we just align our finger and then look at it. And we probably, some of us take 2 seconds, some of us spend 1 hour there. Okay. கரெக்டாக வச்சிருக்குமா, எங்கள் அம்மா பார்த்தா கரெக்டாக இருக்குமா, எங்கள் அக்கா பார்த்தா, how will my friends look at it? Is this color sufficient? All that, we look at everything there. So how we should keep it is, the kshetram we keep it should be the bhru madhyam, that is equivalent to the space for Agnya Chakram. And when we keep it in that place, we are telling our mind of its goal, the goal of being born in this human body, right? We are all children of the Divine Lord, who is Jyoti Swarupa. And that is a remembrance we get every time we keep this. So therefore, when we keep it, we should have that kind of a feeling that I belong to my Divine Lord, who is of the form of Jyoti Swarupa. And when we keep it in the Agnya Chakram, that is the highest spot below which all actions of Prakriti happen. So it gives a control over Prakriti when we keep it there. Okay. So that's the other aspect of how we keep it. We should actually meditate, close our eyes for a moment, and of course it has to look proper, it has to look beautiful when we keep it. And thinkings of the Divine Lord, we should keep it there. So that's about how. What else needs to be answered? So we can continue with this Shastram. So therefore, when Ramachandra kept the Tilakam, it is not a 1 second event. It would have actually been, probably it would have taken a little longer, where Sita Mata would have felt the beauty of that event, the love from Ramachandra. At the same time, the Lord would have shown her his own Jyoti Swarupam, and she would have actually gone into a state of bliss. Sorry for this digression. So please ensure that you narrate this side event also to Lord Ramachandra. And with such a extraordinary power that you have, Viryavan, how are you quiet now? And you know that I am in the middle of Rakshasis. So therefore, please take some action. एष चूडामणिर्दिव्यो मया सुपरिरक्षितः, एतं दृष्ट्वा प्रहृष्यामि व्यसने त्वामिवानघ, एष निर्यातितः श्रीमान् मया ते वारिसम्भवः, अतः परन्न सक्ष्यामि जीवितुं शोकलालसा. And I have given you this Chudamani, which is a divine Chudamani. I have kept it. I have guarded it like an extreme secret. I have not shown it to anybody. The Rakshasis could not figure it out. This is the only jewel that I did not drop. You remember when she was taken away by Ravana? Okay. This was one jewel. Perhaps she has a foreboding that somebody will come. I'll have to give this to that messenger. Okay. So these are all hidden things. We never know. And whenever I see this Chudamani, I am reminded of you. Etam drishtva prahishyami vyasane tvamiva anagha. Right? This Chudamani is equal to you. That is the feeling I get whenever I see. That is my only divine possession now. And I am giving this to you. Right? So this will actually make Ramachandra get out of that slumber and that depression that he is currently in, isn't it? So it will give him the motivation to immediately start eastward. And of course, this Chudamani is Varisambhavaha, she says. Perhaps it had a Varisambhava, that which is generating from the ocean or water, meaning it may have had some pearls with it. That is how we can think of. And there is, I cannot live any longer if you delay coming here. Asahyani cha dukkhani vachascha hridayachchidah rakshasinam sughoranam tvatkrite marshayamyaham dharayishyami masanto jivitam shatrusudana masadurthanna jivishye tvaya hina nripatmaja. I have endured a lot of suffering. Asahyani, unbearable dukkham. Vachascha hridayachchidah. The way these Rakshasis have spoken with me, it has torn my heart asunder. But I have put up with all this Tvatkrite Marshayamyam, because I know somewhere in my heart of hearts that you will come here. Therefore, for your sake, I am putting up with all of this. And remember, I have only one more month left. Dhareshami masam tu jeevitam shatrusudana. Masad urdhan na jeevishe. I am not going to live beyond 1 month. Keep that in mind. Ghoro rakshasarajo sarajoyam. घोरो राक्षसराजोऽयं दृष्टिश्च न सुखामयी त्वाञ्च श्रुत्वा विषज्जन्तं न जीवेयमहं क्षणं वैदेह्यावचनं श्रुत्वा करुणं साश्रुभाषितम् अथाब्रवीन् महातेजा Hanuman Marutaatmajah. This Rakshasa Raja, apart from all the Rakshasas who have surrounded me, the Rakshasa Raja who is Ravana, அவனோட கண்ணே சரியில்லை, வக்கர கண்ணு. திருஷ்டிஷ்ட ந சுகாமயி. He never sees me in a proper manner that creates happiness in me. And he is somebody who will not let me live any longer here, even for a second. Therefore, at the same time, Tvancha Shutva Vishajjantam. Hanuman has told me that you are also full of despair and depression. That is also causing a lot of worry in me. I cannot live my life even for a second, having heard that you are in depression. And this is how Sita Mata concludes her dialogue. Then Vaidehya, having listened to this, Ashrupurnam Bhashtam, she was actually weeping when she mentioned all of this. Hanuman mentioned in this manner, Tvachoka vimuko ramo devi satyena te shape rame dukkha vibhute tu lakshmana paritapyate kathanchit bhavati drishta na kala parishochitam imam muhurtam dukkhanam antam drakshasi bhamini. Tvachoka vimuko ramo devi satyena te shape. Remember, O divine lady, that Lord Ramachandra is not going to bear your shokam. He is going to come here very soon. The fact that Lord Ramachandra is in shokam, Lakshmana also gets into a mood of shokam. But their motivation to come here will become manifold the moment I mention them that I have seen you and you are somewhere here in Lanka. Kathanchit bhavati drishta nakala parishochitam. Don't worry. It is just a matter of time. Imam muhurtam dukkhanam antram drakshasi bhamini. You will very soon see that all your dukkham will be washed away. So don't worry about anything hereafter. And already Rama and Lakshmana are suffering because of separation from you. तावुभौ पुरुषव्याघ्रौ राजपुत्रावरिन्दमौ त्वद्दर्शनकृतोत्साहौ लङ्कां भस्मीकरिष्यतः हत्वा तु समरे क्रूरं रावणं सह बान्धवं राघवौ त्वां विशालाक्षी स्वां परीं प्रापयिष्यतः. So the two tiger among men, Purushavyaghrav, and they are also Arindamaha, that is, they can destroy their enemies. And they would like to see you very soon. Tvadarshana Krutotsahav, both of them, both Rama and Lakshmana. Lankam Bhasmi Karishyataha, they are going to convert Lanka into ashes very soon, having killed Ravana along with his bandhus. And the word Raghavav is used here. In Sanskritam, there's a Shabdam is in Raghavaha, Raghavav, Raghavaha. This is a Dvitiya. So this is Raghava and Lakshmana. Rama and Lakshmana are both Raghavas only. They belong to Raghuvamsham. And they are going to definitely come here and take you back to Ayodhya. Swampuri Prapayishyataha. यत्तु रामो विजानीयात् अभिज्ञानम् अनिन्दिते प्रीतिसञ्जननं तस्य भूयस्त्वं धातुमर्हसि सा ब्रवीद्दत्तमेवेति मयाभिज्ञानमुत्तमम् एतदेव हि रामस्य दृष्ट्वा मत्केशभूषणम्. So Hanuman is once again asking Sita Mata, can you please give any more abhignanam, anything more that he will trust me or he will remember you for various things, and which will ensure that Preeti Sanjananam, the moment he listens to that, his heart, his mind becomes full of love for you even more. Can you please hand over any more abhignanam that you have? Okay. So like a true person who has, who is really caring about Sita Mata and Ramachandra, right? He is leaving no stone unturned. He has already got lot of messages from Sita, including Vayasa Vrittantam as well as Chudamani and this Tilakam. Everything is mentioned, but he still continues to ask. Perhaps, he was tempted to, this is the sambandham we should have with the Lord. When we want to develop that love, we should not say this is enough. I have heard enough. I'll have more love. So Hanuman is a true bhakta. He wants to hear more and more, right? And he perhaps is getting attracted by such events and anecdotes that Sita Mata is narrating. அந்த ஒரு சப்பலம் வந்துடுத்து நினைக்கிறேன் ஹனுமான். And immediately Sita Mata says, no, I have given you enough. This is sufficient. Okay. இப்படியே உட்காந்து பேசியிருந்தோன்னா அப்புறம் சுந்தரகாண்டவே முடியாது. நீ உனக்கு வேலை இருக்கு, வேற வேலை இருக்கு, கிளம்பி நீ அப்படின்ற மாதிரி she is saying. Okay. ஏததேவி ராமஸ்ய திருஷ்டுவா மத் கேசபூஷணம். I have given you what I use for decorating my hair. That is a Chudamani. Shraddheyam Hanuman Vakyam Tava Veera Bhavishyati Satam Manivaram Grihya Shriman Plavaga Sattamaha Pranamya Shirasa Devi Gamanayopachakrame Tamutpata Kritotsaham Aveksha Haripungamam. So, Hanuman, the moment you show whatever I have given to you in the form of Chudamani, so I have given you something physical. I have also given you something which attracts his emotions towards me. I have narrated extremely private events between Rama and myself to you. That is enough. Shraddheyam. The moment he listens to it, he will say, yes, Hanuman is not speaking lies. He has indeed seen Sita. That kind of a belief he will get. Don't worry about it. And what did Hanuman do? So he pranamya shirasa devi gamanaya upachakrame. Mana kalambi varen, poitu varen. He is trying to take leave of Sita Mata. Tam utpata kritotsaham aveksha haripungam. So he is in a Anjaneyasana now. Okay, he is ready to leap. And that is the pose that Sita Mata is seeing. Okay, it would have perhaps taken a few minutes, and Hanuman is now ready to grow back to his large size, isn't it? Vardhamanam Mahavegam Uvacha Janakatmaja Ashwapurna Mukhi Dina Bashpagadgadaya Gira Hanuman Simha Sankasho Bhratarau Rama Lakshmano Sugrivancha Sahamatyam Sarvan Bruyakyanayam Yatha cha Samahabahuru Mam Tarayati Raghavaha Asmat Dukkhambu Samrodhate Tvam Samadhatumarhasi. Vardhamanam. So he is growing, okay, inch by inch, and Mahavegam, okay, at a very quick pace. Hanuman is enlarging his body, and Sita Mata is Ashrapurna. Once again, tears are rolling down her cheeks. Bashpa Gadgadaya Gira. So he's speaking with a choked voice. Hanuman, Simha Sankasho, Bhrataro Rama Lakshmana. The two brothers are like lions. Convey my well wishes to him as well as to Sugriva, right? Saha Amatyam Sarvan Bruyat. everybody who is there, all the Vanara Mukhyas, the ministers of Sugriva, please convey my well wishes to them and ensure that Yathacha Mahabahu Mam Tarayati Raghava. Ensure that Raghava, he carries me back to Ayodhya. Tarayati Dukkhambus Samrodhat. And ensures that I am happy. All my worries disappear. Samadhatu marhasi. This is your responsibility and ensure that this happens. Manas samadhiyatam அப்படின்னு சொல்றேன் இல்லையா, அந்த சமாதானத்தை கொண்டு வாணி அப்படின்னு கேட்கிறார். இமம் ச தீவிரம் மம சோக வேகம் ரக்ஷோபிரேபி பரிபத்சனஞ்ச ப்ரூயாஸ்து ராமஸ்ய கதः சமீபம் சிவஸ்ச தே த்வாஸ்து ஹரிப்ரவீர சராஜபுத்ர்யா பிரதிவேதிதார்த்தः கபிக்ருதார்த்தः பரிஹிருஷ்டசேதாः அல்பாவசேஷம் பிரசமீக்ஷ காரியம் திசம் ஹுதீச்சம் மனசா ஜகாம. Imam cha tivram mama shoka vegam. My shokam is extremely deep, caused by all the Rakshasis here and the way they have treated me. They have scolded me many times. Right? Bruyastu Ramasya Gataha Samipam. And please ensure that all of this is conveyed to Lord Ramachandra. All right, now you are ready to take off. Okay, I will wear my seat belt. அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி Shivascha adhvastu haripravira. Oh, great among Vanaras, may your adhva, the path that you are going to take from now, your travel from here, be Shivaha, be Mangalam. Okay, I wish you good luck and I wish you all the best. So she is blessing Hanuman. Okay, this is very, very important. So Pirati's anugraham is extremely important. Without the Divine Mother's blessings, right, one may have a lot of power with themselves, but without her blessings, nothing will happen. And Sarajaputrya Prativeditarthaha. So Hanuman is extremely happy. He is now praised, not only praised by Divine Mother, but also blessed by her. And he thinks that Kapi Kritarthaha, I have accomplished or achieved everything that Ramachandra had given me as a task. And because of that, Hanuman is extremely happy. Parihrishta Chetaha. But he knows that there is work ahead for him. Kadamai abdin seiravalukku there is no rest. Right? They cannot step back and enjoy the emotions. That is for others. Those who are duty bound, they will immediately think, what is the next step? Alpavasesham prasamiksha karyam. There is a little work that is still ahead of me. Okay, that is something he is now going to think about what that is. It is not about him, okay, I have got what Sita Mata has given to me. I have everything now. He could have decided to fly back to Kishkinda, isn't it? He doesn't say that. My karyam is not yet fully accomplished. There is a little bit left. அவர் பண்ண போறதா இனிமே தான் பெரிய காரியம் அது. He says it's a jujube work அப்படின்னு சொல்றாருங்க. And disham he udecham manasa jagama. His mind turned towards the north direction அப்படின்னு சொல்றார், which means he turned towards the direction where Lord Ramachandra and Sugriva and others are there. That is one geographical way. The other way is to think of a mind which goes northwards. Okay, so there are two directions, north and south. The south is the Pitri's direction, north is the Devas direction, Devatas direction. So his mind probably thought about all the Devatas to bless him so that he can take care of the next steps. Tyarse Srimad Ramayane Valmiki Adikavye Chaturvimsayam Samhitayam Sundara Kande Hanumat Preshanam Nama Chatvarimsha Sargaha. It's a very short sargam. It's about, as they call in Telugu, Vidkolu. Okay, Sita Mata is saying a temporary bye-bye to Hanuman. We will now go into the 41st sargam, Pramadavana Bhanjanam. Okay, so From here onwards is the action part of it. Okay. Any comments or questions before we go on? I know you have all been patiently listening. It's good to see that, but it will also be interesting to have any discussion. These are all very nice moments. Sundara Kandangaradhu or it can be told in 1 hour, but we can slowly relish. That's what we are doing, isn't it? स च वाग्भिः प्रशस्ताभिः गमिष्यन् पूजितस्तया देशादपक्रम्य चिन्तयामास वानरः अल्पशेषमिदं कार्यं दृष्टेयमसि ते क्षण त्रीनुपायानतिक्रम्य चतुर्थैः दृश्यते स च वाग्भिः प्रशस्ताभिः. Sita Mata has praised Hanuman a lot, isn't it? For many things. The fact that he has crossed over the ocean, the fact that he has used his buddhi to come to the Ashokavanam, the fact that he has used this right intellect and emotion to speak in a manner that will cause no danger to Sita Mata. Instead, it creates a lot of hope and happiness. And of course, Hanuman also hands over the ring. So one of the things we notice is இப்போ ஒரு மூர்த்திலேருந்து பெருமாள் மூர்த்திலேருந்து ஒரு மாலை எடுக்கிறோம் in order to bless, let's say, sannyasi அப்படின்னாக்கா immediately the bhatter replaces that garland with another garland for the Perumal. So he should not be left without that Shri. So we see that this is happening here. Sita Mata has handed over her Chudamani, right? That she says is the best possession. But she also has got back something from Rama's end, which is the Kanayari, the ring. So she is never left without the wealth. Probably that is Dasharatha's blessing for her, her father-in-law's blessing, that you will never be without wealth. Adine Mamanar blessing anga. And of course, all of this would have created a lot of affection for Hanuman, and Sita Mata has praised him. And therefore, Hanuman now thinks about what else needs to be done now. Tashmat Deshat Apakramya. He wanted to now look at what needs to be done next. How do I get away from here? Alpasesham idam karyam. Very little is left again. But probably I need to use the fourth upayam beyond the first three. Right? So if I have to teach Ravana and his people a lesson, I have to use the fourth thing here. What are they? Sama, Dana, Bhedam, and Dandam. I have to perhaps use the last one, which is Dandam. That is what Hanuman is telling Sita Mata, Asitekshana. Na samarakshassu gunaya kalpate, na danamarthopichiteshu upachiteshu yujyate, na bheda sadhya baladarpita janaha, parakramastheva mameha rochate. So Sama, Dana, Bheda, and Danda, right? These are all part of Dandaniti. It's a very big shastram in Smriti Grantham that talk about how should you arrive at a truce between two warring individuals. Okay, we are seeing a lot of conflicts going on in the world, one in Ukraine, the other in Israel, right? Although Dandam is used, isn't it? They are using weapons, but intermittently they try to use other mechanisms like Samam. So, for example, they want to initiate peace between Hamas and Israel, which Israel doesn't seem to agree. Netanyahu is in serious trouble now, isn't it? His opposition parties are extreme right-wing and they're saying, no, we cannot accept anything. We have to. So the Sama, Dana, Bheda, Danda. So Danam is where you give weapons. So all the Western nations are giving it to Ukraine to fight. We have another thing going on there, isn't it? They are saying it is okay to use our weapons and let them land in Russia. That's the decision that USA has taken, Germany has taken. So through using Danam, and of course Bhedam and Dandam. So the aspect of Sama is used where you don't need to use any stick. If you are able to appeal to the heart of another person, appeal to the intellect and say, இதெல்லாம் பண்றது கரெக்டா, கொஞ்சம் மனசை மாத்திக்கோயேன் அப்படின்னா கிளம்பி போறவா சில பேர் இருக்கா. Okay. So if there are two parties who are warring, right, and if they are able to step back and think, so it is a duty of the arbitrator to actually use the very first means of truth, which is trying to get a balanced state of mind in both. Let the parties sit across the table, not just eat cashews and so on, but also exchange thoughts, and the arbitrator will bring forth both pros and cons and finally arrives at a truth. But Hanuman says this cannot work with Rakshasas because they cannot think. They have lost an important component called hippocampus or whatever in the brain. They cannot think. Next, the Dhanam Arthopachiteshu Yujyate. The other way of arriving at a truth is by Dhanam. You donate something. Why are two parties warring? Because one has too much, the other doesn't have anything. So therefore, you ensure that one party gifts the other items, even 5%. Give only 5 villages. That's what Krishna asks Duryodhana, isn't it? We don't ask anything from you. Allow us to rule just 5 villages. That's what he asks as Dhanam. Dhanam is another way of ensuring there is truth. But na dhanam arthopachiteshu yujyate. So Hanuman is saying, these people are already wealthy. What dhanam should I give them? I am seeing Lanka, it's full of gold, diamonds, pearls. We have seen all those descriptions. They are not worthy of dhanam at all. It's not going to make any impact to them. Na bheda sadhya baladarpitaha janaha. The other thing is, if I have to use bhedam, that means the two parties, okay, we are now slowly going into the direction of aggression. The first is towards peace. Now we are trying to use aggression, a little bit of aggression. How do you create aggression? By ensuring that the two parties think ill about each other, creating, this divide and rule type of thing. But that also is not possible here because the Rakshasas are drunk with power, Baladarpitaha. And they have all become one party. I cannot divide them at all. Ravana has become an extraordinary Fevicol for them. Right? I will not be able to partition them into two. That is not possible. Parakramasteyo mameha rochate. Therefore, the only thing that is left here is to use my valor and viryam. And that is what I like. Nacha asya karyasya parakramadrite vinischaya kaschidihopavatyate hata pravirascha ranehi rakshasaha kathanchidiyur yadihatyamardhavam. Therefore, I feel that for this karyam, a little bit that is left for me, O Sita Mata, I am going to use parakramam. And with that, I will probably see Hatapravira, the Veeras of Ravana will get destroyed. And based on the fear that generates, they may get a little bit of Mardhavam, Mrudutvam, and they may agree for certain things, which is basically ensuring that Sita Mata is. So that is something Hanuman wants to try and see and negotiate. Dai, நான் யார் தெரியுமா அப்படின்னு ஒரு டைலாக் வரும் இல்லையா? அதுக்கு அது வந்தாங்க அதை கேட்டு பயந்து போய் தேமே ஓகே டேக் சீதா வித் யூ அப்படின்னு வருமானு ஒரு சான்ஸ் அதை யோசிக்கிறார். காரியே கர்மணி நிர்திஷ்டே யோ பஹூன்யபி சாதயேதே பூர்வ கார்யா விரோதேன சகாரியம் கர்த்துமர்ஹசி அர்ஹதி நஹ்யேக சாதகோ ஹேதுः ஸ்வல்பஸ்யாபீஹ கர்மணः யோ ஹ்யர்த்தம் பஹுதா வேத சசமர்த்தோர்த்த சாதனே. So Hanuman is mentioning one important thing here, that who is, somebody who is able to perform any duty that person who has been assigned a task not only thinks of that big task, but he is able to split it into multiple tasks, sequences them in the proper order in such a way that one leads to the other in a logical manner and in a manner that purvakarya avirodhena. So when you are in activity of a software project, so you collect requirements from customer, start a detailed design, then program, test, etc. The moment you go to testing, the team will not know what project they are doing, okay? Because there is a communication gap from one step to the other, okay? அது என்ன பண்றாங்க கடைசியில சேர்னு கேட்டா இங்க they will give them a table. That is how it will be. So what happens is there is a purvakarya avirodhena, meaning whatever subsequent act is undertaken, it should not oppose its previous act. So it should be a logical sequence. Any person who is able to do this only should be assigned work அப்படிங்கிறார். ஏனோ தானோன்னு காரியம் செய்யப்படாது அப்படின்னு ஹனுமான் சொல்றாருங்க. And he says, na heka sadako hetuhu. And I am seeing that in dealing with all these rakshasas, there is not one yukti I can use. I may have to use many, many yuktis. Okay. And that person alone will achieve success. Yo hyartam bahuda veda sa samarthaha artha sadhane. One who can accomplish an act is, there are two things you should keep in mind. One is bill of materials for the activities, sequence them properly. The second is you have to explore all possible options. Okay, that is very, very important. These are all rules which are eternal, isn't it? I think with this we'll conclude our session here today.
आभुजान्तश्रीचक्रकुण्डलधरं कुटिलकुन्तलं शिशुं मन्दस्मितरुचिकराधरपुटं पूर्णिमैक्ष्यान्वितं मुखं शरस्योर्ध्वगतिं मुद्रया विदिशन् सव्येन प्रणवं धनुम् मध्ये सुस्थितमुग्धश्यामलमहं श्रीरामं भजे मोहनम् गुरुचरणाम्बुज निर्भरभक्तः गुरुचरणाम्बुज निर्भरभक्तः संसारादचिराद्भवमुक्तः गुरुचरणाम्बुज कृष्णा कृष्णा सेन्द्रियमानसो नियमायेवं रक्षसि निज हृदयस्थं प्रेमं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते
कायेन वाचा मनसा इन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्या आत्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. सर्वं श्रीरामचन्द्रार्पणमस्तु. Have a great day and weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raghavanji. Thank you.
Namaskaram.